Movies and Martinis celebrates women and diversity in the entertainment world
by ranking trending movies, shows, and books
with two completely different perspectives and ranked by delicious martinis.
Listen to find out how many martinis we felt it was worth.
And learn about the women who have written, performed, and/or directed in everything we have rated.
A new episode is available every Thursday on your favorite podcast platform and YouTube. What's up, everyone? Welcome to our podcast. I'm Priya.
And I'm Mercy. Hey, Priya, how you doing?
Good. Happy summer. It's almost over.
Yeah. Hey, how's the weather in New York?
It's actually really nice. This whole week, right? It's been cool and sunny. Actually, it's good and it's bad because now we're starting to feel the fall.
Right. Same here in Tennessee. It was like sweater weather last night.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I went to walk Bentley and it was like 63, 62. I'm like,
oh my God.
Okay. And it was like the cool of the night. So
Yeah.
like a light little jacket or something. It was perfect. I loved it.
Yeah, I love sweater weather.
I know.
But the only thing that means is that the holidays are around the corner and I cringe for that.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. Like there's not enough time. We need 3 extra months for those months.
I know. And we have like so much going on and we're editing our book. So it's just like when the holidays happen, we're gonna have to stop again.
Yeah.
You know, like summer's going on and then the holidays.
Editing the books and then reading all these new books for all these new authors that are coming around for the podcast. And then keeping up with our book world with the Bookstagram and all that's expected of us. It's a lot. Plus life, right?
Yeah.
Balancing life in between.
And everything else that we have to do. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So today, guys, we are doing September Open Bar.
Which is Top Shelf only. Absolutely.
Sorry, I stole your line. See?
No, that's okay.
We're recorded in a while. And I don't have my Stanley, but I have my workout jug. So cheers.
Oh, I like that. Oh, do you know that I changed? I divorced Stanley. Yep. I divorced him. And I now have a relationship with a Walla. Because I'm like obsessed with the fact that I can actually seal it, turn it completely upside down, and it doesn't leak.
It doesn't leak at all.
It's like amazing. So I get to travel with it, which is pretty amazing. Yeah. Not that this is a commercial. We are not getting paid for this. But if you do this, you can actually watch a show in the airplane. Like it holds your phone a certain way.
Yeah.
And it has straw. So this section is a straw. And then you can gulp. So it's depending on the mood.
I think my husband has something similar to that.
Oh, well, this is my new love. Nice. So cheers to you.
Yeah, cheers.
Yes. Okay. So let's get this going. So let's talk about the fact that September is a slow month. Yeah. So it's not going to be like summer movies and holiday movies, but
yeah. And I did notice there were some like horror movies on deck, but nothing that really caught my eye. So I was underwhelmed, to say the least.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I hear you. I felt the same way. Yeah. Tell me what you've watched.
Okay. So I know we have to talk about some things too.
Yes.
So the first big one is Deadpool and Wolverine.
I haven't seen it. I'm so bummed.
It was so good. It was
I know, I hear
freaking good. Like 10 out of 10. Like it was awesome.
Okay, I have to watch it.
And it was fun. It was obviously comedic. They had a lot of like surprise actors in there and characters, everything from Wesley Snipes to like Channing Tatum and like all these other characters that they had. And it's nothing like what you think it's going to be like in the trailer. So,
really?
So, spoiler alert. Cover your ears. So the trailer doesn't depict this at all, but it's very much like a Mad Max theme.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's a Mad Max free for all kind of situation, and it kind of like leads up to the Marvel universe a little bit, but the majority of the movies they're in the desert fighting for their lives kind of situation. And I think they did that because obviously Hugh is Australian, right? He's Australian. So, it just made sense that they did that down there. And I gotta say, the marketing for the movie has been like top notch. It
Yes.
has been so good. And they even interviewed Blake Lively for her movie. I don't know if you saw that clip. Hugh.
Which one?
So
Oh,
Hugh
yes.
and Ryan Reynolds
Yes.
interviewed Blake and the guy that plays Atlas.
Atlas. Mhm.
Yeah.
I saw that where
it
he
was
shows the picture and he's like, "What's up with this?"
and he's like, and he was like, "Oh, I gotta grill you for my friend, because they had a lot of like kissing scenes, and we should talk about
Yes.
that too."
Yeah.
Yeah, so that the marketing has been like top notch for that movie, and they've already made like over $1 billion. So
That's
kudos
crazy.
to them.
So I heard that it surpassed the movie that's made the most money, period, all time, which was The Joker.
Oh,
So now they're expecting the new Joker that's coming out, which I have here that I'll talk about, but I'll just throw it
yeah.
out there now. So the new Joker, which has actually Lady Gaga in it, is coming out in October.
hmm
And they expect that to be even bigger than this.
Oh,
Mhm.
no, I don't think it's gonna hit
What
it.
they're saying.
I don't think it's gonna hit
I
it
don't know.
because I don't think because Deadpool and Wolverine really knocked it out of the park, and it has comedy, whereas the Joker's dark.
It is really dark. And so it's not everybody's cup of
It's
tea.
not everybody,
But
but Deadpool can be everybody's cup of tea because
right, right. And
of
you could
those
take
two.
the kids and stuff too.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
I'm with you. I'm just telling you what I heard.
Also,
Just
I
saying it.
watched House of the Dragon on Prime Video. No, I'm sorry, HBO Max. Yeah, HBO Max. And it was a really good season. It ended. So if you don't know, House of the Dragon is a spin-off of Game of Thrones.
Okay.
And it's a sort of like a prequel of Game of Thrones.
Okay.
And when it ended in the season two, they're about to go into a dragon war. So they're on the precipice of a big dragon war. And it's kind of like a bummer too, because the next season's not coming out till 2026, I think.
Jeez.
But next year they have another spinoff coming out. And I
I
don't know
did
the
see
name of
that.
it.
I don't
Yeah.
either, but I saw it.
Yeah. So hopefully that's good. And that helps us like stay the weight, you know what I mean? But it was really
That's a
good.
lot.
Season 2 was
Okay.
good.
What else did you watch?
I'm still watching Serpent Queen. Really good. You have to check it out. It's on Stars, and it's just really dramatic. It's funny. It's like all those things. She breaks the fourth wall, constantly talking to the screen. It's really, really good. So you definitely need to check that out.
Okay.
And before we talk about It Ends With Us,
Yes.
Twisters. I saw Twisters with Glenn Powell.
Yeah. How was that?
It was good. It was good. I would probably give it like a 3.5, 4. They
Okay.
marketed the hell out of that movie, but I don't think that movie deserved that much marketing.
Okay.
Sounds so bad, but I don't think it deserved that much marketing. But it was a good movie. I mean, he was
Okay.
good. He was easy on the eyes, Glenn Powell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's what they marketed the most.
pretty much. Okay, so
All right. So let me tell you what I watched.
go ahead.
So I watched Ghostbusters. Did you catch that on TV? The third Ghostbusters or the latest Ghostbuster?
Wait, that
It
came
was on
out
Netflix, I
early.
think.
It came out.
Well, hey, I watched it. Maybe it came
Okay.
out 3 months ago, but I just watched it. I finally got
I
around to
did see
watching
it. My
some TV.
brain, because we consume a lot. I don't remember all the details, but yeah, I think I did see it.
Okay,
Go
so I
ahead.
watched that. That was whatever.
Uh-huh.
I watched Presumed Innocent, which I spoke about during our last open bar,
Yeah.
and it was based on the movie. It was fantastic. It did so well that they did a season 2 to it.
Oh,
Although the first story, like from the movie, it ends.
yeah.
They're spinning it off and they're continuing. That's how great it did. It's one of the most watched shows, they
Mhm.
said. So it was great. I watched Lady in the Lake. Did you watch that? It was
I
on
didn't finish
HBO.
it. I didn't finish it. I was just because you get caught up, and there's so many things
Yes,
that we're
I was
looking
going to
at.
tell you. I think I have one episode left.
Yeah, I have to finish
Oh,
it, but it was
yeah,
good.
but it was good.
Yeah,
So I have
like
to finish it. Same thing.
what's her face? What's her name?
Natalie Portman
Yes, she's really good at it. She did
really
great.
is.
Yeah.
Emily in Paris.
Okay. I
It
saw you
just
were
came
watching
out.
that. I saw you were
I
watching
watched it. It's only 5 episodes and they're like 30 somewhat minutes.
that. Okay.
I sat and I watched it with Billy, and he looked at me. He's like, "That's way too much estrogen for me. I just can't deal with this." And he walked away. So he was over it.
Uh-huh.
I have to say that it was not as good as like the first one, the first season.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're just kind of pushing it. But if you're into the fashion and the scenery and like all the cutie stuff, that
Yeah.
was pretty. But plot wise, it's like a Hallmark movie, not even.
Mm.
There's probably better Hallmark shows than that.
Yeah.
So content is not great, but
Yeah.
visuals are fantastic. And there's a twist that everything that is, because it's in Paris, everything is spoken in French.
Oh,
So there's only certain parts that are in English. So you're
okay.
reading subtitles
Okay.
unless you know French, which was a cute spin because before everybody there spoke in English with an accent, but now it's more authentic.
Mm-hmm.
So that was good. So I watched it, and so they only released 5 episodes, and then the additional, I think, 5 or 6 episodes come out in September. So I wanted to share that. And then I watched, so listen to this craziness. So
Mm-hmm.
you know how we're both on Bookstagram and we're constantly learning about new books or old books or books that are pending. So I'm by no means a Stephen King fan because I don't like to be scared or
But you
whatever.
love James Patterson, isn't that like?
I do, but I don't know. To me, James Patterson, maybe because I just read the books, it's a lot of thriller
Uh-huh.
and psychological stuff,
Uh-huh.
where I think Stephen King is more horror. And so anyway, just really have never been tempted to read his books. However, I heard over and over and over that there was this book called Mr. Mercedes.
Mm-hmm.
It was excellent. And I thought, oh, maybe I'll read that. And it stayed in the back of my head. And somebody else talked about it, and somebody else talked about it. And finally, I find out that Mr. Mercedes is about this retired detective whose name is Bill. I'm like, okay, what the hell? That's funny. So, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I really got to check this out.
Yeah.
So I go and I'm looking for it. And I spoke with Beth, who owns a cute little bookstore close to us that I was talking to you about. And she loves Stephen King. So I tell her, hey, do you know about this book? And she goes, oh my God, that book is like from 2010.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, it's a great book, but it's part of a trilogy. And they made a movie. They made a show.
Oh.
So yeah, so there's a show. It's on different platforms because it's an older show, but there's an actual show on the whole trilogy. And there's an actor, there's a character whose name is Holly, who comes in halfway through the first season.
Mm-hmm.
And she has a spinoff and she has her own trilogy. And in her trilogy, the last book, the third book, just came out. And that's why the original Mr. Mercedes is trending.
So what's the name of the show, Mr. Mercedes?
Mr. Mercedes, and it has 3 seasons because it's based on the book trilogy.
Okay.
So I got to the middle of the second season, and I had to stop because it's quite intense. And it's all based on the serial killer. Samantha finished it. I told Samantha all about it, and she finished it, and she said it was really good. So I have to finish it, but I wanted to share it with you because it is a good show.
Yeah.
So
okay,
it's really good. So I watched that, and coming up, the shows that I have, and then we'll kind of go to It Ends With Us. So Beetlejuice is coming out. Super psyched about that. You know, I love Beetlejuice. So it's coming out on the 6th. There's another movie coming out that's called Killer Heart. That looks like Killer Heart. And it looks like it might be really good. It is it's a girl and 2 guys, 2 brothers, and they're stuck somewhere in Greece on a remote island, and there's like this love triangle crap happening. I don't know. It's called Killer Heart. So something happens there, and I thought it was worth mentioning.
Okay.
And then that's on the 26th of September. This is for the out in theaters.
Yeah.
And then there's one coming out September 27th, which is Apartment 7A, and it's like a thriller.
Oh.
And that looks good, Priya. So it is based in 1965. So it's like a prequel to Rosemary's Baby.
Oh.
In New York City. So it's what happened in that apartment, in apartment 7A, before Rosemary's Baby was born there.
Mhm.
So that looks
Oh.
interesting and good.
Okay.
And of course, I want to throw out there that we're still waiting for Wicked. That's due to come out November 22nd. So I'm super psyched about that. All that being said, let's talk about
Wait,
hidden.
I got my coming out too. I didn't list my.
Oh, hit
I only
it. I'm
have
so
two.
sorry.
I only have
I'm
two.
sorry. Hit it. I'm listening.
Transformers 1 coming out September 13 in theaters. It's animation and it's starring Scarlett Johansson, Chris Hemsworth,
Ooh.
produced by Michael Bay. And this is the Transformers prequel. This is when the Transformers were on their home planet of Cybertron. It looks so good. For all my Transformer heads out there, it looks really good. I highly recommend you check it out when it comes out. And then the next movie I have is called Speak No Evil. It's a thriller starring James McAvoy, and it's coming out September 13th as well. And so that you know, like I mentioned before, there are a lot of horrors and thrillers coming out in September because of spooky season.
Yeah.
I mean, knock yourself out if you want to, but I mean, they didn't look that great.
Yeah.
I looked them up.
I know.
So that's all I got for my coming out. I was very frugal.
All right. Oh, you know what? That might be why that Apartment 7A is coming out. Because it is a thriller based on Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah.
That's probably
Basically.
why.
So,
That's it for Open Bar. That's everything that's out there. I mean, there's a lot more on the web if you want to hear more about it.
absolutely.
But that's what we have for you. And so that was our top shelf episode. You wrap it up, Priya.
All right. Thank you guys so much for listening and for watching. Make sure you like, share, follow, subscribe, all that great stuff. And make sure you join us next episode.
Yes. And we'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.